VCISO.au Cyberwatch, June 5, 2025. Strategic Cybersecurity Intelligence Brief. Powered by VCISO.au. Stay informed, stay prepared, stay secure. 1. Ransomware alert. Rise Racing and Kel Campbell targeted. Two Australian companies have appeared on ransomware extortion leak sites. Rise Racing, a prominent data provider in the harness racing industry, reportedly had 1.6 GB of internal data stolen. Kel Campbell, a logistics and transport company operating largely in rural areas, was also affected. These attacks highlight the growing focus on operational and rural sector businesses. Data exposure can have cascading effects on clients, logistics, and third-party contractors. VCISO.au recommendation. Implement off-site encrypted backups with daily snapshots. Enhance detection via behavioral-based endpoint monitoring and email filtering. 2. Cisco ISE and CCP vulnerabilities with public exploits. Cisco has issued patches for 3 critical vulnerabilities in its Identity Services Engine, ISE, and Customer Collaboration Platform, CCP. CVE 2025-2002-86, the most severe, allows credential reuse across cloud deployments due to static credential flaws. This vulnerability affects cloud environments like AWS, Azure, and Oracle, making it exploitable by unauthenticated attackers. An attacker could gain administrative access and manipulate configurations or exfiltrate sensitive data. Exploits are publicly available, accelerating the threat window for organizations. VCISO.au recommendation: patch affected systems immediately and rotate all exposed credentials. Avoid deploying primary administration nodes in shared cloud platforms where possible. 3. IBM QRadar vulnerabilities. Expose config data. Severe vulnerabilities in IBM QRadar and Cloud Pak for Security versions 1.10.0.0, 1.11.2.0 expose sensitive configuration files. The most critical flaw, CVE 2025-25022, CVSS 9.6, allows unauthenticated access to passwords stored insecurely. Attackers can harvest admin-level secrets and compromise SIEM data integrity. This vulnerability stems from CWE 260, password and configuration file, a long-standing but often overlooked weakness. Immediate remediation is required to prevent lateral movement within enterprise networks. VCISO.au recommendation: upgrade to the latest versions and audit systems for exposed credentials. Enforce least privilege and avoid storing plaintext secrets in any config files. 4. Lee Enterprises. Data breach affects 39,000. Lee Enterprises, a major American news publisher, confirmed a ransomware attack in February 2025 that led to the exposure of personal data from 39,779 individuals. Compromised information includes names and social security numbers. The breach caused widespread disruption across its newspaper networks, affecting print and digital services. It reflects the increasing targeting of media organizations by ransomware groups. Regulatory disclosures indicate the breach was detected weeks later, emphasizing the need for stronger detection capabilities. VCISO.au recommendation: encrypt sensitive PII and store it in segmented, access-controlled environments. Review incident response playbooks with a focus on breach detection and disclosure timelines. 5. Scattered spider hackers. Exploit ET support and MFA scattered. Spider continues its aggressive attacks by leveraging social engineering to bypass multi-factor authentication. They pose as legitimate IT staff and exploit human error through phishing and phone-based deception. This group partners with DragonForce, a ransomware-as-a-service provider, to conduct data exfiltration and double extortion campaigns. Their ability to deceive native English speakers suggests deep social familiarity with Western corporate environments. Incidents like MGM's breach show how a simple call can trigger enterprise-wide outages. VCISO.au recommendation: implement phishing-resistant MFA and restrict voice-based verification for sensitive access. Train IT and support staff with live simulation exercises to recognize phishing red flags. 6. ClickFix Exploit Drops, AMOS macOS Stealer. A new campaign uses typo-squatted domains resembling legitimate sites like Spectrum to target macOS users. Once users click these malicious links, the attackers deliver tailored shell scripts that deploy the atomic macOS Stealer, AMOS. The payload harvests passwords, autofill data, and system info for deeper exploitation. The code includes Russian language comments, suggesting likely ties to Eastern European threat actors. Despite weak delivery logic, the tool poses a high risk to macOS endpoints. VCISO.au recommendation: enable DNS-based protection and web filtering to block typo squatting threats. Deploy cross-platform EDR with macOS-specific detection capabilities and sandboxing. 7. Google exposes UNC 6040, phishing group targeting Salesforce. Google's Threat Intelligence Group has uncovered UNC 6040, a financially motivated threat group using phishing to breach corporate Salesforce systems. The attackers impersonate IT support to manipulate staff into installing a fake data loader app, enabling unauthorized access and data exfiltration. This group has shown repeated success using convincing phone calls to obtain credentials. Their tactics show a growing trend of voice-first social engineering and exploit trust in IT support workflows. VCISO.au recommendation: restrict external application installations and enforce application allow lists. Run targeted awareness campaigns focused on impersonation tactics and Salesforce-specific risks. 8. Ransomware exposure list. Last 24 hours. Canada. Groupe de Vimco. Construction, real estate development. Catholic cemeteries of the Diocese of Hamilton. Consumer services, religious. Flow components, manufacturing, industrial equipment. Greece. V2 development, construction, real estate development. India. IoTech World Avigation, technology, drones. United States. EPC Group, technology, engineering and plant construction. J-Craft, Inc., manufacturing, doors and millwork. DMG Contractors, construction, renovation. Reese Noland and McElrath Engineers, construction design consulting. Strand Ag Supply, agriculture, poultry equipment. Buford Ranches, agriculture, livestock. Australia. Kel Campbell, transportation, rural logistics. Rise Racing, technology, horse racing data. Colombia, but wrongly marked, this seems to be Mexico based on description. Zeus Tecnologia, technology, software, AI, big data. Brazil. Miller and Stewart, finance, tax and accounting. Sweden. APH Svenska, retail, flowers and gifts. Norway. Norgeshus, construction, custom homes. Final note from VCISO.au. Australia and New Zealand remain relatively untouched this week, but the global threat landscape continues to shift. Critical infrastructure, software supply chains, and endpoint security are under siege. Ensure your cybersecurity program is both proactive and verifiable. By Anil Yelamati.